I think that says Ethan is going live.
I will try to my best mute my mic every time I'm going to cough.
Well, you can cough. You know, there's no rule against it.
No, but it is constantly me. It's not like it's once in a blue moon. I'm coughing constantly.
Well, Steve coughed the other night from choking on his tea.
Done it
Might
again.
be
Yeah, that was the
clean,
first thing I heard on the stream, wasn't it? When we were streaming on Friday night, was Steve coughing on his ting. And you obviously were asking what was going on.
Yeah, and then Steve said, "No, because of this crap driving, it makes me choke on tea."
Yeah.
Just because he does a little bit of wheel slipping every second.
Okay, I'm live. I'll just keep quiet as possible. Well, to an extent.
I like Jordan's response to when Sam asked about would you let Ethan drive your engine, Jordan? You turned and said no, pretty quickly.
I wouldn't, because it's already got broke once. We'll spin it on and do it again. Although there was no way of stopping that. It just happened. The split pin broke.
Split pin in what?
It was the split pin in the. Oh, I can't think what rod it's called now, but it goes from the valves down to the
Come on.
crosshead.
Goes from the valve to the crosshead.
It's weird valve gear. It's Baker valve gear on my little engine.
It's what?
Oh Christ! Right.
Yeah.
What is it?
So, try and think quickly.
Yeah, I can't recall what it looks like. So.
Nah.
So wait, can people hear us in your stream then, Ethan? Can they?
They can hear you,
Yes, they
yes. But I have put it in the description that BLS is on.
Basically,
Have you-
it's the push rod on the big end that links the piston to the valves.
Oh right. Okay.
So down at where the piston slides up and down on the crosshead to where it links up to the valves. That's where it
Sounds
come
like
off.
sounds like a drop link on wall shards.
Yeah, you could call it a drop link. Yeah, that'd probably be the better term for it.
Okay.
But it, basically the split pin had broken on that, and the pin just went flying.
Oops.
Luckily, the pin went flying towards the wheels, which then dropped down in the middle of the track, which I could find. Luckily.
That's handy. Have you got a link, Ethan, to your stream?
A link?
Right.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sam,
I shall get you one.
I've hit the start stream already.
Alright, okay, so we should be watching that in a minute. Let's have a look. Well, we've got a 33 going there. Hey, it's coming up properly, that's good news.
Is it live?
Yep, so
Fantastic.
need to put this on the Facebook
Link
page.
is in Chester's General.
What?
It's in Chester's General. It's on the server.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, I was thinking. I was looking
Oh,
on the stream.
you
What?
fucking piece of shit machine.
What have I done?
Not you. I hate
Not
this
you.
machine.
Oh, I got worried then.
I think Will gets very worried whenever Sam has an idea. Usually means that he's making Will busy, i.e. those 20 reskins we were talking about last night.
Oh, Fraser's just wished me happy birthday. Thank you, Fraser.
Right, I'm going to close everything down that does not need to be open.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to fuck fucking typical F3 as soon as I'm about to put the fucking link on the fucking Facebook page, you fucking piece of shit.
That all goes on to Ethan's
I was gonna
stream.
say,
That's
that's
Thank
brilliant.
you, thank you.
That is golden.
Whoops.
PG-13 rated.
Just PG.
Oh no, point on set.
I said PG-13.
Point on set. Damn it. Back up a bit more.
Muppet.
Thank God no one's watching this yet. Well, no one that is in this chat.
Well, what have you done, Ethan?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry. Nothing. Right, points stay there.
What route's that, eh?
Mendip Line. Mendip Line
Where?
by... Yeah.
It's what?
Mendip Line. The North Somerset
Oh,
line.
Mendip.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, flipping hell. Point stop. Alright, we're playing the hard way. I'll go the opposite direction then. Points aren't recognising something that...
Right, I
I'll go
will-
get rid of a train.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, I've got all the sound settings right.
We'll soon find out.
Well, this is what me and Sam were testing last night.
Yeah, you need to make sure that I've got it
I-
to,
I haven't changed your
125.
volume. I haven't changed your volume since last night, so you're still coming through loud in my ears anyway.
Fucking group.
Going into the lag spike because I've got the 2 or 5 at the end of the line of the section.
I do apologise for my explicit language, but Ethan, it's just, I did say that, but I say
You've got a lot of milk bottles, Ethan.
Yes,
Mhm.
just looking at that.
it's kind of awkward you're streaming at the same time BLS is streaming.
I know.
I haven't
Oh,
got
no.
any stream for BLS yet.
Ah.
I can't seem to share the fucker to the Rail Sim users group or the official train simulators because again the PC's being a twat.
I can't get it up on YouTube yet either.
I can't.
Looks like my keys aren't working for some reason.
What's that? The
New thing.
BLS
Yeah.
live stream.
It's in the Facebook page, guys. The link.
Oh, you stupid points, you stupid line. Right, okay, we'll do it the hard way. We'll do it the hard way. I'm just gonna put the engine on the stop because it's the point of being absolute idiots.
Have you seen John's thing below your
Comment.
video? It's called it
Uh,
Doc Wank.
Dick.
Are we ready, Sam?
Oh, well,
Oh,
is
yeah,
anyone
so
ever ready? Is anyone ever
Right,
ready?
yeah, so Ethan, you're going to have to be quiet for a minute.
Yeah, you got it.
Basically, we're going to do the intro. So basically, Jordan, you're going to obviously introduce yourself, and then we're all going to introduce ourselves. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
go for it. Does that include me?
Yes, shut up. Right,
Yeah,
everyone quiet?
Sure.
Right, I'm going 3, 2, 1. Right, good evening everybody and welcome to British Locomotive Studios Halloween special for 2021. You're joined by myself, Jordan Devison, and then I've got some other people with me today for this Halloween special. If you'd like to introduce yourselves.
Hello, fellow simmers. It's Samuel Beeman here. We're all BLS members, so yeah, just going to put that out there.
And
Anyone else
any-
going to
anybody else?
introduce themselves?
No, we're all incognito, obviously.
Okay, so I'm just going to introduce the others, considering that they're too frightened. to
Yeah,
say no.
just do that.
So we've got Jake Bonner here from JB Video.
Hello.
And we've also got Steve Davis, also known as Snud or Bill Sticker Snud.
You're snicker. That was marathon.
And we've also got Ethan Hunt here of Skyhawk Productions
Hello.
joining.
Or what did Will call him? Granddad?
And that was Jordan.
Oh.
No, he calls me Grandad too.
Oh, I see.
Right, anyway. So as I said, welcome to the Halloween special for 2021. So how is everybody's Halloween so far?
Scary.
Well, I had a few like
Look.
knockers at the door. They come and trick or treaters. So a couple of
I've not heard any.
any of you guys had trick or treaters knocking at the door?
Not yet.
Yeah, I think the rain's keeping them off up here in Wales.
Someone's joined us.
The
So-
rain and the high wind
If I can just
means
ask,
the witches can't fly.
Oh dear. This railway line, what you guys are driving on, what's it actually called?
Well, so this is the Whitworld Reefing Railway. It's a British Locomotive Studios product. So if you haven't yet got it, guys, you can head over to the website. The link is in the description. And basically, this is just a dressed-up version for Halloween, basically, which Jordan did for us. And it's looking grand. And his choice of loco today is the Andrew Barkley 040 saddle tank, which was made by Wayside Works. It's now it's currently discontinued, but for the time being, we don't know when he's going to re-release it yet, because he's going to update it eventually in the future. So yes, he can't get it at the minute. It's a discontinued product, but I'm sure that in the future he'll re-release it. Yeah.
So, yeah, let's get to our train. So, obviously we're in the car park at the moment on the Whitworld Reefing. So the volunteers at the railway have done a fantastic job of decorating the line. We've got a couple of scarecrows and some lovely actors all dressed up.
And me, who's zombie.
Oh yeah,
Oh, no, I don't suppose you could do me,
this could be Ethan right here.
Jordan, I don't suppose you could do me a massive favour.
Of course.
You couldn't share your screen, could you?
With
Because honestly, this computer's not playing ball this evening. It's froze again.
Not
yeah,
happy
no
with you?
problem. I've got it there. There you are.
Oh, I can see it now. Fantastic.
Also, thank you to all those in my chat that are saying happy birthday. Thank you so much.
So I'm not going to be able to look in the chat box this evening, guys. So you're going to have to rely on the others to answer any questions or anything like that, because I cannot access it. So,
Well, we've got Laser Train and Bella from Productions saying hello.
He's just said hello in
Hello,
my
guys.
chat and happy birthday to me as well.
We've also got Laser Train asking, can you make the East Lancashire Railway in Train Simulator and put it on your website? It would mean the world to me.
no, that
Oh,
can't happen.
that got continued.
For reasons. Firstly, the original route got discontinued, and I haven't had a chance. Well, I've never got permission to release it on our website. The people who are who were working on the route just ignored my messages about putting the 2017 version on the website. So I would guess that's a no. And I've seen reports that they're actually redoing it, so I don't know what's going to happen to it, whether they're going to release it on a different site or wherever it's going to go, but at the moment, no, it's not coming on BLS unless I could somehow get permission to put it up on there. Yeah. There we go. So we
Fraser's just said happy birthday, Ethan, on the BLS chat as well.
Thank you guys, thank you so much. And thank you to my dearest, not my dearest, to my girlfriend who has wished me happy birthdays. I am fast asleep today.
No different there. Then.
So for anyone wondering, like Sam said, I've just edited this route slightly with some of
Slightly.
the... What do you mean slightly? It's only slightly.
There's nothing slightly about that. I haven't even got out the car park. I've been attacked by 30 zombies.
Nah. You haven't seen the worst of it yet, Steve.
Oh my goodness.
This is using the Halloween, or I believe it's the Skyhook Productions Halloween 2014 Count Disco pack, which is available on the Steam store. So it's just a nice little, thing to do it, to get on with. So we'll just jump on the loco now and we'll get going for our first run.
So this is the now discontinued Wayside Works Andrew Barkley, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Which I really hope he re-releases it, to be honest.
It's a shame.
loco.
It is a nice locomotive.
Uh-oh.
Actually, there is actually a couple of Andrew Barkleys that. Oh god, they're in the place now. Eccleford, isn't there?
Yeah. Okay, I have no brakes.
Yeah, the Andrew Barkley actually, this particular loco doesn't have brakes. It wasn't
Oh.
scripted to have brakes. I believe it was because it was using the Caledonia Works, it's the Southeastern and Chatham Railways loco. What one was it? I can't remember what it was.
313, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the 313, which doesn't have brakes. So that's why these particular Andrew Barkleys at the time didn't have brakes. But I believe Yaron of Wayside Works has learned a bit more since then. And obviously, when he does re-release the Andrew Barkleys, they will have brakes. But for the moment, basically, what you have to do to stop it, don't you, Jordan? You have to sort of move the reverser forward or in reverse and put the regulator up to stop it.
I use the handbrake to stop.
I just
Oh,
did
you
what we've
handbrake,
just
yeah?
said.
Yeah, I use the handbrake.
That question, but isn't it not a loco brake, a steam brake, like the real one do? Oh no, actually no. So I think the real one got vacuum brakes. Thinking about it,
Yeah, as I say,
the
because
two that
it's
they've got.
based off the 313, it's not, it hasn't got that, which was the downside to it.
313.
Yeah, and I think that's what led to it being discontinued because of that reason. And he just wanted it updated, which is fair enough.
No one's seeing what I'm up to.
Oh, we're going into the spooky darkness now, aren't we?
Getting there now.
I'm so glad no one can see what I'm
So
up
you'll
to.
get
Like,
to
like
see.
the pumpkin
Go.
patch down there.
Got the
look.
pumpkin patch, field of sheep, sweet boxes, spooky lights.
No, you know how yesterday I was going to ask Will something, Sam, but I didn't get a chance because he disappeared early. It was, I was so obviously he's obviously done recent details. Obviously, you know how we got the Riviera Trains coaches? I was trying to see if someone would do the two PRCT support coaches that go out with the Duchess.
Hmm.
So the main line stuff for TS.
Hmm.
Because one of her actual support coaches is BSK, of a brake standard corridor, and the spare one, which was behind Lizzie, is a brake composite corridor. But I'll put it in the chat. Hang on, I'll show you what I mean by them.
So
So
we
I
just
tried reskinning it myself, but I just couldn't. It's beyond me.
So we've just entered the spooky forest now.
Yeah, I love this. It just looks great.
Just watch that buffer stop coming up before it.
I know.
Wait for it, smash.
Surprised
Don't
that's
worry,
not you. Ethan.
don't worry, the tentacles will get us before we hit the
I could
buffers.
say somebody's buried an octopus there.
But I mean, it's believable, isn't it? It looks like a heritage line that's been dressed up for a Halloween event, and that's sort of what you was going for, isn't it, Jordan? With it.
Well, it's say it was just a spur of the moment thing. It was just a laugh.
A
And
bit of fun.
yeah, that's it.
It's an excellent bit of fun as well.
I like the whistle on it. It's quite a nice whistle, isn't it?
Does, yeah. Now we've got to escape the spooky forest. Run away.
We've got a witch in
I'm
there
gonna say-
doing a bit.
Before she turns you into a toad.
Yep.
Mind you, I don't know where the sheep fit in as much.
Yeah, you got to have the sheep.
Oh, fluffy sheep. How wonderful. Well, look, it's a sheet there.
Sheep.
A sheet.
What?
Repeat the ghost in the tree.
Thankfully, no one's noticed what I've actually done to my side of my screen.
I don't think I want to know either, particularly.
Fraser, can I join your Discord server, British Locomotive Studios? Yes, you can. It should be linked in the description box.
Jordan.
What?
Jordan, technically Fraser got banned.
He got banned.
Yeah,
So
server.
yeah.
Right, I did not know that.
Yeah, Fraser got banned from the Discord server for continuous spamming and upsetting the public. So I do apologise for that, Fraser, but we can't let you back in for that.
Sorry.
Ah, there we go.
I mean, it generally looks like it's a Halloween event on the Whitworld and Reefing Railway. It really does.
Be sad if it didn't.
Excuse me. Yeah, well, like I said, that's what I was trying to go for. It's just, what would a heritage railway try to do? Or what would I think a little railway like this would try to do to make it fun, make it somewhat spooky?
Yes, if anyone who just joined the chat and is wondering what the route is, it's the Whitworld and Reefing Railway, and it's available from the British Locomotive Studios website. We've got our Discord linked in the description, as well as the Facebook and the website in there as well. So if anyone's interested, then please do look at it. Just have a little look, I suppose. While we're waiting here, we could just sort of have another look around, Jordan.
That's it, yeah. So you got the Count Disco doing his thing.
Doing the monster mash,
Right.
obviously.
Yep.
Sam,
Got another witch with her cauldrons.
I've got one of Sam's favourites on him.
So Steve,
Yeah,
you did put a bit of work on this route, didn't you, with us?
I did, yeah. There's
The signs.
there's quite a few posters and signs knocking around there.
Yeah, that's it. They're the ones. Look, see
Oh,
now
look,
these.
look who's on them too.
Yeah, and as you can see there's Steve on the driver experience poster, and then there's me on the rail riders one. It's really cool, isn't it?
Some more over here.
Yeah, and then you've got Mr. Braddock on the band one, haven't you? Will Braddock on there. Then you've got John Astley on the police missing sign. Then you've got Steve's famous
Alias.
company logo. Don't you? Bill sticker snud, isn't it? That's what it is. Isn't
That's it.
So you put that, it's like your little Easter egg, isn't it? Whenever you do something, you just put that on there. What are these? These were reskins, were they? These signs? Or?
I can't remember whether these were reskins or originals. I can't remember.
I think at the time that these were reskins.
I
at the time,
think they might have been reskins of signs. Yeah.
This was before you started using Blender, wasn't it? And stuff.
It might well have been, yes.
Yeah.
do love the sound effects, the music, and the ghostly
Spooky.
sound. It was great. We've got a mummy there. Is that a mummy dancing there?
Yeah, you got a mummy.
So these are represented as actors. These would be the actors, wouldn't they?
In a sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so didn't try to do too much, just what you would think a small heritage railway would do. Just a couple of actors, a few pumpkins lying around,
Dead zombie.
zombies and lanterns and pumpkins. Yeah. So it's just a bit of a laugh.
Have a laugh.
Well, it is. You've got to have a laugh, haven't you?
Of course you have.
Oh yeah, you've got to.
Especially when you're in Transylvania.
I like that one. Oh, that's good. That's good.
So, right, we'll hop onto the train again.
We're not at Whitwell and Reefing anymore. We're at Transylvania.
That's it. Go for another run.
So Gabriel Clark has just commented in the messages section
Oh,
saying,
I've been seeing
when
that.
will the route be updated to version 2? I'm not entirely sure at the minute. It's really just dependent on when my computer actually comes back and is working again properly. Because obviously, as you know at the minute, and I've had a lot of, well, just now, a frequent amount of freezing going on when I'm trying to watch this video and look at the chat. It just freezes too frequently for me to even do anything on it. But yeah, so obviously when my computer is fully functional again, that's when I'll hopefully sort of update it a little bit, because I need to edit the scenarios actually, because Wayside Works has done a new Ruston loco, so the old ones are now obsolete. So I'd need to remove those and put the new Rustons in instead. And there's also a platform that needs correcting where the model railway shed is. I'm going to put a ramp down at the bottom there because it does actually have a ramp there. I didn't have any reference photos when I originally did the route of that model railway section, so I didn't know whether it had a ramp on one end, but it turns out it does. So I need to add that in eventually. And then it's just a case of, I would like some custom station buildings or signal boxes done, but it's just a case of finding somebody to do that, or somebody who's willing to do that. You know, it's quite difficult. And obviously, Steve, you're only just starting with
I can knock up a signal box or station buildings. That's not a problem. If you've got some decent pictures.
Oh well, yeah. Well, it's tons, isn't it? It's basically Whitworld, Reefing station building a signal box is what I need really. Version 2.
Well, round up some photos and send them over to me, and I can put them in the to-do list.
Here we are in the pitch black, in the darkness of the ghostly train trail.
Wasn't taken out by a road branch.
And so one of the things I was actually going to do in this stream was talk about ghost stories. Ghost stories are like.
We've all got them.
I don't really have any
I have a
ghost
few.
stories. But, Gabriel, the loco is the Wayside Works, Andrew Barkley, which is discontinued at the moment.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll re-release it, but we'll have to find out in the future. But yeah, so anyone want to do their ghostly tales? Anyone got any ghost stories they want to share?
I've got a few. But
any unexplained happenings to you at all?
Do you want a real one? A real railway one?
Go on, have a go.
I'll give you the real railway one from Llangollen. Back in, I'm probably going to get the date wrong now, but it's probably about 1947 or thereabouts. It was definitely 1940s. There was a night express train running from Rhuaben going down. It was destined to go on through Llangollen. However, the Shropshire Union Canal that runs alongside the railway at a place called Suntravor burst its bank, and the water drained out the canal, and the canal's higher than the railway, so it ran down and washed the track away. And this freight train come clacking along in the middle of the night and went straight into the hole. It killed the driver, buried the locomotive. The fireman and the guard were the only ones that survived. One of them had a broken arm as well, I think, if I remember rightly. They managed to get away to a place of safety and raise the alarm, etc. A lot of the stuff was recovered. The locomotive was recovered but not reused. It had to be cut up and lifted out in bits. But that's the history. But what is reckoned to happen quite regularly is the people in Llangollen, because it's not all that far out of Llangollen, it's only a couple of miles out of Llangollen. People in Llangollen often report hearing train whistles in the middle of the night. And it's widely known in the town. It's from the ghost of this locomotive trying to reach its destination. But whether or not you believe in that sort of stuff, who knows? But there's an awful lot of people who reckon they've heard it. And it's nothing to do with us at the railway at Llangollen blowing whistles in the middle of the night.
Are you sure about that?
It wouldn't happen, would it? Like, you guys don't run until the middle of the night, do you?
Well, it happened once, and that's why I can't hear bugger all. But that's another story.
That's quite creepy, that, isn't it?
Sam, are you still able to see the chat, or not at the moment?
Yeah.
No, it's frozen.
Okay. Well, Gabriel has just asked another question. Can you make the mini railway drivable by using the Chorus Railway like you have done on the the Mid Norfolk Railway Phase 2?
No, we can't. I looked into that when I was actually building the route. Basically, I did try, but basically the track is too big because it's 2 foot gauge, and the track in real life is 7 1/4. It's a massive difference on size.
Wow.
And it physically cannot fit on that top field light railway. I can't fit it in there, it's too big. That's the only reason why I can't make it drivable. But obviously I put a static display on there using a bit of third rail just to sort of, show it's there, so at least you can see it. But that's as far as it's going to go, I'm afraid, because I just can't fit a 2 foot gauge up there. No chance. Not if I want it to be realistic.
And you'd need somebody to build some locos as well, wouldn't you?
But yeah, exactly. It would be completely out of proportion if I put the 2 foot gauge up there. It's not practical. I just can't fit it. The track layout that they've got up there, I can't do it. Too complicated to even try. Attempt putting 2 foot up there. It just doesn't fit. Yeah. Oh, I've got loads of ghost stories. I have, like, literally strange happenings. I went to the Golden Fleece in York. I don't know if you guys heard that. It's one of the most haunted pubs in Britain. Actually.
I've heard it.
And I went in there and had dinner in there. Funnily enough, but I knew it was the most haunted pub, and I just wanted to go in there because I knew that most haunted had been there. The investigators. So I wanted to go in there, and then I was just in the hallway, waiting for Mum and Dad, really, and basically I was looking at this old photo, and pretty much this really strange thing happened. Like you see those films, where they say that a reflection or a mirror is a gateway into a different universe, as it were. What so they say, isn't it, in a different realm or something? That's what they go on about.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I saw a reflection of a guy walking past behind me with a top hat on. He looked like he was a 1950s kind of geezer, like an old fella with a top hat on. And I looked round, there was nobody there. And I was literally, I got freaked out. I ran back into the other room,
Well, you would though, wouldn't you? Really?
I was just like, what the hell, you know? And then moving on, I have another one where I actually went. This was due to university because we were doing a documentary. Well, we were doing a film on ghosts, pretty much. And I went to a place called what's its name? The blasted name. It's Old Christmas. That's it. Cold Christmas Church. It's a haunted place, and pretty much it's an old church. It's pretty much nothing much left of it. It's just all ruins. Yeah. But we did a ghost investigation there with proper ghost investigators. These guys from Cambridge, they're called the Cambridge Ghost Hunters, yeah?
Not Ghostbusters?
And honestly, there was some really weird things happening. Like at one point, we was talking to this device. It was like a radio thing. And, you know, you get feedback and they sort of talk to you, if that makes sense. It's almost like you're talking to a spirit, just eligibly, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And the thing is, we was actually talking to these, and we said our names, and then they ended up saying Sam, my name, and I was like, Jesus Christ, you know, because I was thinking, how is that possible, you know? This isn't no trick, you know what I mean? How can a radio or feedback just say my name when we, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Really weird. And at one point, one of the ghost investigators said, "Can you touch Sam?" Yeah. Jesus. And I'm not joking. I am not joking when I say this. I felt a hand on the back but on my back, touching me from my coat. Like literally, I'm not kidding you. And it was creepy because it was none of the others, because the others were further away from me. You know what I mean? But yeah, somebody touched me from behind. And there was all sorts going on, from hearing, pinging noises like a bell or something, and all sorts going on. It was quite intense. But yeah, it's one of those things where I do sort of believe in it. You know, I do think that there is sort of a life after death, or you know what I mean, or I do believe in ghosts and things. You know, I don't know whether you guys believe the same.
I believe in them to an extent. I know, I mean, it's like people say, steam engines are the closest thing to a living being, so ghosts could be. I believe to an extent. And I have my own, I have my own if I'm able to say it.
It's crazy, the stuff that I've experienced. Like literally, there's been a load of stuff.
Would you like to hear one of mine?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why
well, why
not?
should you do that? I'll be setting off for another run.
Okay.
Why not?
Now this one, this was how many years ago was this? It was like 3 years ago, and this was at one of the military railways. And I only just remember this because at the time, I don't know, I think I was like moving and all that at the same time. And it was really spooky. I had this like, because my parents weren't there, I was there on my own. And you know when it's really dark and you've been up for so long and then you feel a bit like someone's there with you, right? But not with you, if you know what I mean? Yeah. I thought someone was next to me. And then I thought I heard a voice. And it was actually, it was like the wind and all that, it picked up so suddenly. And I was like, okay, I'm done here. And I was scared. Because I thought it was like a ghost coming after me.
Well, you was in a house on your own?
No. I was at a railway. I was at a railway on my own.
Oh, right, a railway.
Yeah, a friend had let me in, but he had gone to go and sort something. And my parents weren't with me. They were out having dinner or something. And my God, I was scared to heck. I was like, okay, I'm done here. And then I went and hid in the mess room.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was frightened. I genuinely was frightened.
At Great Central that I was very haunted.
Yes, it was.
Really cool. someone told me a story about apparently a driver or somebody got killed near the shed at the bridge. You know the bridge
Yes.
near the shed. Is it Loughborough? Do you obviously you've heard that story as well then?
Yes, I have. To an extent.
Jaden Taylor's commented saying, "How do you install Wayside Works stuff?"
I can't answer that.
Pretty
It's
it should all
pretty
be with.
straightforward. It should be pretty much just a copy and paste job. You just place it into the assets folder, the loco,
It should all be within the README files or the
or the
Manual.
manual, you know. Might be worth linking Wayside Works' website in the description of the video.
Yeah, it could be. Would be a bad shout.
But there is actually a ghost story at Whitworld. Did you know that as well?
Is there?
Yeah, on the
Go
route
on.
that we're actually driving on as well.
Okay, I'm freaked out.
Basically, there's this dead. Apparently, a driver died or something, or I think it was a driver, or I believe it was a driver, or a member of staff or something, at Whitwell Station, right? And apparently, there's been reports of people seeing at the Whitwell and Reefing Railway at night time a man walking up the line, like literally walking up the track. Eligibly, I think it was I think it was related to suicide.
What?
That the driver or the staff member committed suicide at
Oh
Whitwell.
god. Lovely.
I'm not 100% certain. I can't really remember the full story of it, but I think that's the reason why people see him sometimes walking up the track eligibly. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's kind of creepy, isn't it? To think about that, to see, you know, for public members to see this guy just walking up the track, you know, it's creepy. I personally haven't seen it myself. I've never actually been up to the Whitwell at night yet, but apparently staff members have reported seeing him wandering about the museum or up the track, you know. So it's yeah. I'll have to find out the full story actually. Yeah. You do
This,
get some creepy stories around the railways, don't you?
There's an interesting creepy story I heard many, many years ago, me being an old beggar. There was an old gentleman was telling me when I was a young lad, and he worked for for British Railways when Beecham was planning on cutting all the routes, and one of the jobs he had was going round some of these branch lines, and his job was to basically record the traffic that was going through, and he fell for a night shift in a little lonely station. I'm trying desperately to remember where it was. I think it's Cumbria, or it was somewhere up in that way. It might have been in the Pennines or something like that. And he reported to the station master and told him what he was there to do. The station master wasn't very pleased that he was there looking at, you know, gathering information to close his railway. But he said, "Well, I'm going home now. You know, you can sleep in the waiting room and do whatever counting you need." So anyway, he settled down in the waiting room for the evening. Obviously, it had gone dark, and then he heard this train coming. So he stuck his head out, and a big freight train come rattling through the station, and he recorded it down. And he went and settled down. He thought, "Oh, it's not going to be another one now for a while, I don't think." And within a quarter of an hour, he thought, "I can hear a train coming," and he jumped off the thing just as something rattled through the station at a hell of a speed. By the time he got out, he couldn't see it. He couldn't see any lights. All he heard was the roar of a train running through. And this went on all night, every quarter of an hour. But he'd never seen a single train. What it turned out to be the following morning, this is not quite a ghost story, but that bit obviously would have really sort of worried him. What it turned out to be is that freight train that was going through, the station is in a valley, and the line sort of descends into the station, then it climbs out the other side and goes over the top. When the freight train had gone over the top, the driver gave it a few too many beans, snatched the coupling, and the back couple of wagons and the brake van and the guard was fast asleep in the brake van, broke free, and it ran back. It ran back down the hill through the station at about 65 miles an hour, up the other side of the hill, but didn't make it up the other top, obviously. Then it run back down through the, and it was doing this all night long. And this poor guy, he said every time I heard it coming, he'd jump up and run out, but it had gone through the station. All he felt was the draft, no lights, nothing, just a raw train.
Jeez.
Oh, good lord! It's no wonder he was feeling scared. But I mean, mind you, that must have been quite a hazard because,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, according to the timetable, there was nothing else due for the following day or something like that, you know. But he had to go there and make the notes as these sort of things do. And yeah, I think he recorded about 200 train passes that night, you know, in the space of about 8 hours.
One thing is though with that though, had there been an accident, there would have possibly been a ghost story, wouldn't there? Because obviously someone would have possibly got killed. It's that sort of slight.
well, this
Oh,
is
Lord,
the thing, if another train come along there and crashed into them wagons, you know, you have
Oh,
limited
yeah.
visibility, especially on steam locos at night. You can't really see out of them, can you?
Yeah. Speaking of crashes, have anyone heard about? Anyone else been looking at BBC News this evening? Apparently, there's been a collision with two trains between Andover and Salisbury this evening, by the sounds of it.
Really?
I saw something on Facebook about it a couple of minutes ago.
I hope there's no
Oh,
ghost
yeah.
stories made out of that.
Is this a story or is this
Yeah,
serious?
Salisbury train crash. Maintenance services rushed to the scene as two trains collide.
Ouch.
Yeah, I hope there's no ghost stories made out of that.
Don't say it because it'll happen. It'll happen.
Yaxham Light Railway, a mini route.
I've heard of that.
Could we consider releasing it?
I believe it's going to be. It's already
It's with the
in.
Mid-Norfolk.
Yeah, he's saying. Could it be released before
Before it, yeah.
phase 2? I think it's tied in with phase 2, so I don't think there's a
Ooh,
possibility of
God.
releasing it beforehand.
No, yeah, it's tied in with phase 2. There's no way. Not until I've completed the section up to Dereham. Because obviously phase 1 is from Wymondham to Thaxton, isn't it? And then obviously, you know, the Yaxham is at Yaxham, which is the next section down towards Dereham, so it won't be in. I can't. It will be in when phase 2 gets done.
Yeah, it's still got a bit of work to do on phase 2, doesn't it, Sam?
It has, yeah. And like I say, the biggest issue I have at the moment is obviously my computer. I'm literally limited on what I can do at the minute. I can only do, like, you know, administration stuff, like, you know, sorting out the website or the Facebook page and all that lot, or just, you know, helping sort you guys out and help you with the stuff you lot are doing. But as far as
Yeah.
my projects go, like the Mid-Norfolk and the scenarios that I need to do for some routes and stuff like that, I physically can't do them at the minute because
East Midland
They
Road,
got a computer.
hi. Hello, East Midland Road fan. I'm assuming that's Joshua, isn't it? I believe.
That is
Mhm,
Joshua.
That is correct.
Hello.
hello Joshua.
Guys, this BBC News article within our Testers General chat. But it sounds that I think there has been a couple of injuries, or it sounds it's something it sounds like it. My thoughts are with everyone involved. But the sounds of it involving the 1708 GWR service to Port Harbour and Bristol Tumbleweeds and the 1720 South West Railway service from London Euston to I don't know how you pronounce that last thing, but yeah, not good.
So George, what do you think of the Whitworld Reefing Railway route, the actual route? Like, obviously, you haven't really driven on it much, have you? Really, it's sort of quite a new
Not-
thing.
Yeah, it's still quite a new thing. Obviously, before this stream, I did watch how they operate the line in real life. I'll say it's a nice little route. you guys have done. It's I say it's not the biggest route in the world to go 100 mile an hour on. It's just nice to have a little potter about on.
It's basically what it is. Essentially,
I mean,
it's a museum,
ignoring-
isn't it?
Yeah, ignoring this scenario, I have done my own like little free roam scenario where I just use a little Ruston and do a bit of shunting here and there. The Ruston 48 from Wayside Works.
It's a good route to use that on. I think it's, you know, because the trouble with the Ruston 48 is you have limited routes to use it on at the minute. Because
Yes.
there's not many routes that, in fact, we're very limited on industrial railways in trains. That's something that is, that, to be honest, is needed. And it's good to have a little museum route like this, you know, the Whitworld, to sort of use smaller shunter locos or 040s on. That's just,
Have you all just put a comment? What crossings will be used in Yaxham Road Green? It's obviously the automatic crossing. I'm assuming you're on about. Can you answer that, Sam? I don't know particularly what crossings are used.
that's some low crossing. Which one's that one? That
Well, that's actually the Yaxham level crossing. It's
yeah,
a gated one.
it's the gated one, unless he means the one at Dereham, which has the light
That wouldn't
and
be
all
that
that lot.
though.
The wigwags. It'll probably be a case of whatever model we can get that fits that most accurately. It's the
Yeah.
short answer to that.
I think the one used currently is from the South London network. I think the one that's used currently at the Dereham. I believe it's the South
I
London
prefer-
network.
I prefer the ones. They seem.
Yeah,
well,
he's-
they're better than nothing.
He said the one under the bridge.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, dear.
Dereham. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I like
that's
Dereham.
probably. I imagine it's probably the South London
The
network
South
one.
London lines on. Great.
Yeah, at Dereham.
JT
You've
and
been doing a lot of
ATS.
Dereham actually, Stephen. Yeah, you've done a lot of Dereham. A lot of the signs
Yeah.
and stuff around there are all yours.
God, yeah, there's loads of stuff for Dereham.
Yeah, in fact, I don't think we've even done all the signs yet, have we? I've still got a load to send over to you, but like I say, it's just not vital at the minute because I haven't really, you know what I mean, completed it yet.
We've got a load of it's a load of what's the name, the industrial estate as well, which we've put together for there as well. That's Dereham, I'm sure, isn't it?
Yeah, because the railway literally goes straight through the industrial estate, so you've
That's
literally
right,
got
yeah.
signs everywhere. Yeah, signs
Yeah.
everywhere.
And we've made up all the units in the industrial estate, haven't we? I remember doing all them.
Yeah, like was it
Yeah.
MKM? I think was one of them.
MKM was one, yeah. Trying to
Yeah,
think what the others were.
Yeah, he's just said again, will you consider using JT Common Libraries crossings? As Steve said earlier, it's whatever is most accurate to what's there that we can use in TS.
The thing with the Common Library is we've actually used Common Library on it, but it's the Common Library that's been used up till the Leicester Derby extension. So anything further up than that hasn't been used. So chances are that those crossings weren't actually released at the time we've been using the Common Library. But yeah.
LJ Trains just said, good news guys, my mic is working again, brackets, yes it broke again, close brackets. So I'll be joining your call very soon.
Yay,
Yeah,
no member.
he was going to join this stream tonight, but he hasn't. Because he can't get his mic to work.
He disappeared. Trying to see if my phone wasn't working. He joined very briefly and disappeared, so I can only assume that his microphone's playing up still.
Hmm?
Doesn't matter, Ethan.
Yes, doesn't matter.
Okay.
You go and break the dock shunter.
I've changed locos now because the dock shunter had crap brakes and I nearly derailed. I put full brakes on, put it in reverse, put my handbrake on, still did nothing.
You're probably wheel spinning it. That's probably what you're doing.
It's your problem, yeah.
I was going downhill with 5 coaches and I couldn't stop.
Nah, see, a proper driver could stop.
You try then, on this line, 5 coaches
I
and a dog
agree.
tank.
Challenge accepted.
If you can stop, I will pay you £1.
A pound, a whole pound.
Alright, I'll buy you a pint. There you go.
If I go
Ooh,
back,
you're joking.
if I go back to when I was 10 years old, I could go down to my local little mini corner shop and get a pick and mix, but for £1. If you did that nowadays, you wouldn't even get a bloody
Evening.
Freddo chocolate
Oh.
bar.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Is that LJ Train?
Indeed, it is.
He's here, he's not
Hey.
dead.
Is mic working? What's
Yeah, I'm
that?
pretty sure it's a loose wire.
Yeah, so basically, guys, this is LJ Trains here. He does a lot of our train stuff.
It did.
So, he's
did.
just joined our stream.
Trains with a Z.
Yeah.
Did until about 3 months ago.
Yeah, after the situations and the whole website problem,
Situation.
as it were. Mm. There you go. So, Lewis, what do you think of this route that Jordan? I mean, he's decorated the Whitworld route to a Halloween theme. What do you think to it? Good, isn't it?
Yeah?
Just like all the stuff. That's one DLC I don't have is the Count of the Monster Disco. I need to get it.
I'm sorry, Sam, I'm going to have to interrupt you for a second because I'm going to end my stream. Thanks for the guys on my end for watching. You'll see me next week with a new video. Guys from BLS, if you wouldn't mind saying goodbye.
Goodbye to the people who viewed Ethan's stream. You were probably talking gobbledygook compared to what you were looking at, but there you go.
Despite the fact he couldn't stop it.